to feel you no matter what the price might be. I feel like this is gonna break our heart. I don't know. I don't know what to expect here. It's been 2 weeks since I returned from the Far Space Fleet's command center. I often catch myself zoning out. It feels like I slipped into a rift in time. In those dizzying moments, the only thing I want to do is hold a certain person's hand. Caleb. During those past 2 weeks, whenever I have a free moment, I reach out to Caleb. And every time we're going to have a video call, Caleb always picks up before the second ring. After one afternoon has come and gone, Caleb is almost done assembling the model airplane. I realize I've been staring at the screen for a while. Caleb? Caleb sits down the parts and looks up.
What's up?
It's nothing, I just wanted to hear your voice. Say something. All paranoid. I tried to fix my mic settings earlier. Do they sound better, chat? I hope they do.
When I left the house this morning, I thought I heard your voice coming from the plaza. I checked it out and saw the plaza's big screen showing an interview with elite hunters. It was right at the part where they were interviewing you. I gotta say, the you on the big screen and the you right now aren't exactly the same.
How so?
You were wearing the biggest smile just for the camera, but you're frowning at this little screen.
Really? Trying to act cool, I rub my forehead. The screen shakes and Caleb brings the phone closer.
You always have that frown whenever you've called me these past 2 weeks, you know. Is it right for me to say that seeing my face upsets you?
Lately, there's been a lingering unease in my heart. The touring ship, the changes in Caleb, these things make it difficult for me to hide my concern whenever I see him. Without any updates from Caleb, my anxiety gnaws away at me. Yes. I blurt out my jumbled up feelings to Caleb, yet when he lowers his gaze, I swallow the next set of words that are ready to leap off my tongue. When I open my mouth again, I can't hold back what I really want to say. Caleb, remember when you went to Skyhaven University and promised we'd call each other every week? Can we call each other daily from now on?
Didn't you just admit that seeing me makes you upset?
You believe everything I say? Since when were you this gullible?
Only one call a day, though? What if I want to call you more than that?
Does the Far Space Fleet Colonel have that much free time?
I'm not swamped with work to the point where I can't make a few calls. But I think we can do something more than that. We can keep doing these video calls.
Through the screen, Caleb leans in as if he's trying to peer into my soul.
It's not for any reason in particular. I just prefer it this way. Oh, right. I'll be on vacation starting tomorrow. And since it's gonna last a while, I'll be in Lincoln for some time. I'll take seeing each other in person over phone calls any day. So, we're meeting up, Pipsqueak. You can turn that frown upside down now, right?
That depends on how well you behave. Overjoyed, I sit up from the sofa and suddenly remember why I called Caleb in the first place. There was a phone notification about picking up Grandma's death certificate. I knew this day would come, but I'm surprisingly at peace with it. When you get back, could you come with me to a place?
Sure thing.
You agreed so quickly, you're not even curious about where we're going? I walk into the bedroom and squat by the nightstand.
I'm more curious about what you're looking for.
Your death certificate. I'll need it for later.
I haven't seen that piece of paper yet. Show me what it looks like when you find it.
This man. I pull out a document from the back of the drawer and put it in front of the camera.
These cold words. So this is what the end of life looks like.
I'll be picking you up tomorrow, Mr. Deceased. We'll be going to the city hall then. She did not. After telling Caleb that I still haven't retrieved Grandma's death certificate and we're going to retrieve it together, he pauses. Maybe I should... Oh, that's him.
Maybe I should disguise myself. Unless we want the clerks to think they're looking at a ghost.
One day later, after retrieving the document, I slip it into a folder and glance at Caleb. He's wearing sunglasses and a mask. Did you see the way the clerk was looking at you? They didn't think you were a ghost. They thought you were suspicious.
I never thought picking up a piece of paper with you would lead to 3 guards following us. It shows how good Lincoln's security is, at least.
As I wander aimlessly along the street, the scent of flowers becomes more prevalent as the wind carries it to my nose. Peering into a florist, I notice white chrysanthemums glistening with dew. Caleb, I'm guessing you haven't visited Grandma since you joined the fleet? Caleb and I turn off the road and head towards the cemetery on Lincoln's outskirts. Carrying white chrysanthemums from the florist, we're on our way to visit Grandma. When the cemetery is quiet as always, someone in the distance silently mourns, their head lowered. I place the white chrysanthemums before Grandma's grave.
Now that I'm standing here, I suddenly don't know what to say to her.
Yeah, especially since I hide the death certificate behind my back. I don't want Caleb to feel worse.
It's all right. Our relationship with Gran isn't defined by a few papers. She would rather see you smile more, you know?
Look who's talking. You aren't smiling either. I poke Caleb's lips into a grin. I find myself smiling too.
You look beautiful with that smile.
You're right. Let's keep things lighthearted in front of Grandma. I sit on the ground and pat the space beside me. Caleb sits down next to me.
Gran, I've been all right recently. You don't need to worry.
He likes hiding in his room when he's sick, though. If it weren't for me, the illness would have... Ouch! Before I could reveal Caleb's other secrets, he playfully pinches my cheeks.
Let's not bring that up in front of Gran.
Caleb, you goober, let go. Unwilling to take this lying down, I give Caleb's cheeks a good squeeze.
You let go first.
Nope. Look, Grandma, Caleb is bullying me again.
Really? Who's bullying who right now?
Hi, Harpy. Hi, Silent. The sun reaches its apex at noon. Caleb and I finally leave the grave. However, he stops in his tracks when we're about to leave the cemetery. What's wrong? I turn my head and see Caleb staring thoughtfully at the sign. On it are the words, Deep Space Aviation Administration Memorial Cemetery. You're not thinking about...
Yeah, I am. Where's my grave at?
You want to look at your tombstone? Don't you think that's a little crazy?
Not really. Isn't it basically forward thinking? Come on, lead the way.
memorial cemetery established by the Deep Space Aviation Administration for pilots from Lincoln is to the right of the public cemetery. Nestled in the embrace of lush vegetation, Caleb's grave is under a tree.
You're familiar with this place?
You want to guess who I'm blaming for that? It's a short walk. In less than 2 minutes, Caleb stands in front of his tombstone. This man! Caleb stayed there for now.
Why?
Oh. I need to get a picture of this memorial moment. It's not something you see every day. Seeing me take out my phone, Caleb squats down in front of his grave. He makes a peace sign.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
But if I'm here, what's buried in the ground?
Ashes? It's not yours, though. Maybe it's one of your pilot uniforms?
I had several of those. I wonder which one it is.
He moves closer to his grave, shakes his sleeve, pulls off a button, and places it in front of the tombstone. Is that your way of commemorating it?
Yep. Not everyone gets to do something like this.
If I had known we'd be visiting your grave today, I would have brought an extra bouquet. Hi, Grizzly. He loved it. Nice. I think I sent it too. I think I sent it in our Snapchat group chat. Okay, Harpy. Hearing footsteps approach, I turn around. The visitor holding white chrysanthemums looks both unfamiliar and familiar. I recall one of Caleb's classmates.
What a coincidence. You're here to see Caleb too?
Yeah, what a coincidence, Gideon. I quietly move to ensure Gideon doesn't see Caleb, but it doesn't work at all.
Huh?
After a long pause, Gideon looks away. He shakes his head.
Hey, do you feel like there's someone behind you?
About that. As I'm about to explain, Caleb gently pats my back and nudges me to step aside.
Okay, give me the flowers. We're about to have lunch. Why don't you join us?
Did he just get... He's fucking jealous and get... Yeah! The white chrysanthemums fall as Gideon suddenly takes 3 steps back. In his eyes is a panic no trained pilot would ever display.
Is that Caleb's ghost? Caleb, you really are something else.
In the restaurant, Gideon, sitting across from Caleb and me, finishes his water in one go.
You're such a loose cannon.
I mean, yeah, he is.
He's scolding me.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, you faked your death, sir. Ah, I see. That was a good scolding, Gideon.
Why are you taking his
Because
side?
I'm gonna fucking take
Who's
his side.
supposed to be your close friend here?
Faked your death, sir. You faked your death. And I'm angry. Since MC's not, I will be angry. I tilt my chin up and shake the document folder at Kayla. Not you, that's for sure.
Absolutely heartless.
Using a spoon, he scoops up a duck heart from the dish and drops it onto my plate.
Eat up, and maybe you'll stop being so heartless.
In response, I take a pair of wings from his plate. Maybe you should eat fewer wings then. That way you don't fly off into the sunset and make me look for you. I'll gladly eat them on your behalf.
Are you sure it's not
Okay,
because
she's
you
more
wanted them
angry in
for
this card. I
yourself?
like it. Well, you're not wrong. And my response to that is, so what?
You're lucky she didn't smack you for hiding such a big secret.
Yeah. I still might. Savoring the taste of victory, I offer a smirk to Caleb and quirk an eyebrow. Once we're done eating, Caleb finishes his lemon water and leans back into the leather chair.
How's everything at the DAA?
It's fine. Didn't fall apart without you. We've got a bunch of new recruits now, so the lockers are tight, but no one's touched yours. They even made a new uniform for you, and put it along with your medals in the Honorable Pilot's Wall. Whenever Patrick or Blythe pass by it, they pause there for a moment.
Wow, Caleb.
First things first. Clear out my locker so others can use it. It's better if my name isn't around to ruin the mood.
Hey!
Before Gideon can retort, I quickly poke Caleb's waist. Caleb, as someone who's passed away, maybe it's better to stay quiet and accept the commemoration.
We did think about clearing out your things, but it's even harder to bear when they're out of sight. I was this close to punching you, to let you know how we feel and all.
Brief silence falls over the table. I look at Caleb. His head is lowered. He seems lost in thought, and his usually calm expression shows a hint of strain.
You don't need to torture yourselves. To the DAA, I'm just a...
The ringtone interrupts Caleb, and I catch a flicker of irritation in his eyes as he glances at the screen. Probably related to the Far Space Fleet.
Go ahead and eat. I'll answer this call outside.
As he gets up and walks past me, he slightly leans in my direction.
Don't worry.
Yet a sense of unease starts to grow in my heart. My time with Caleb might come to an end soon. After lunch, Caleb and Gideon stand outside the restaurant. They're waiting for the girl to buy ice cream from the dessert place.
Is she the only one who knows about this?
Yes.
After learning about your death, Professor Lewis stopped cooking for quite a while. It's only recently that he started again. He's been making those dishes you used to like.
That's good. Let's not disturb those who moved on.
A moment of silence passes. Gideon nods. He understands the implications.
I'll be heading back to Skyhaven soon. What about you?
Caleb glances at the dessert place's window.
I'll also be returning.
Okay, I'll get a taxi and we'll go to the station together.
Even though I knew it happened, I couldn't help but feel disappointed when Caleb told me he was returning to Skyhaven. I give the ice cream to Caleb. I pinch the palm of his right hand.
What was that for?
I'm sharing my disappointment. You're leaving and we barely spent a whole day together.
Are you trying to measure it with pain? Well, if that's the case, you might as well pinch harder.
He offers up his right arm as if to let me pinch all of it.
Consider it compensation for not being able to stick around?
Who willingly asks for pain? When will you be back in Lincoln?
Let me think. I'll sort things out today and return by tomorrow. Does that make you feel better?
My disappointment instantly vanishes. I suppress a smile. My disappointment instantly vanishes. I suppress my smile and slap Caleb's palm.
Ouch, that really hurt.
Ow, I also felt it.
So what was that for?
I hide my hands behind my back, hiding the surge of anticipation bubbling inside me. Take a guess. After a lonely dinner, the lights along the street turn on. I get in a taxi, ready to head home. The 9 o'clock chime comes through the radio. It's only 9. Tomorrow is still far away. Returning from the station, Caleb's absence weighs heavily on me. Still, I eagerly look forward to tomorrow. If only he were coming home tomorrow from the start. The string of our brief separation is unbearable. I can't help but wish Caleb was feeling the same way I do.
3 hours ago, the Koalum Express bound for Skyhaven experienced an unexpected protocore energy fluctuation. The cause remains unknown. Several passengers were injured and have been transported to the Willow Medical Center.
Was Caleb on that train? I try calling Caleb, but he doesn't answer the phone after 2 rings. I pause and try calling him again. You've got to be kidding me. This boy's gonna stress me out. Unable to contact Caleb, I call Gideon and finally get caught up to speed.
He contained the energy fluctuation with his evol. Otherwise, the damage to the train could have been catastrophic. The passengers wouldn't have been evacuated in time. I feel like he sensed something was off before the incident. It was almost like he got on that train specifically to handle it. By the way, Caleb didn't want me to tell you this, but I think you should know.
I need a drink of water.
His arm got hurt pretty badly. He refused to go to the hospital and went straight home. I don't know what he's hiding, but when you see him, tell him to be careful.
I will, Gideon. Using my fingerprint, I unlock Caleb's door and push it open. The living room is empty. Caleb, are you there? Weird, isn't he supposed to be home? Scanning the room, I only see his clothes draped over the sofa and his phone on the coffee table. I pull out my phone to look up nearby hospitals, but a gentle breeze catches my attention. Something's not right. I follow the breeze to the wall that seems completely solid. I give the wall a push and it opens to reveal a scene that leaves me stunned. In the dimly lit room, Caleb is shirtless. He's surrounded by numerous devices with darkened screens. Cables. Cables stretch from the device like a web and converge into Caleb's right arm. The limb looked almost alien. It's once flesh and bone replaced by mechanical structures with dark red currents flowing through it. Caleb, your arm!
How did you...
I can't see Caleb's face clearly, yet his gaze feels like a weightless feather touching my face. The secret was out. Turned slightly, fully exposing the extent of his mechanical arm to my view.
Are you scared?
His somber voice in my ears shifts into a clear, probing question. Are you scared of Caleb? Of course not.
Maybe you should be.
It's giving. I'm sad. That's what it's giving.
Stay back.
Repair complete.
She isn't gonna stay back. You should know that by now, Caleb. She lost you once. She doesn't want to lose you again.
I almost forgot. You never listen to me during times like these.
Caleb, turn around, look at me.
I didn't mean to hide it from you. I just didn't expect you to find out like this.
This arm, does it still hurt?
I barely feel any pain unless it's under repair. But I can't even feel you anymore.
Caleb, sometimes I wish you weren't always in pain.
If that's what it takes to feel you, I'll accept it.
Most of the time, I wish your pain could be lessened. Is this the Fleets doing? They won't get away with this. Hello?
You think you can just come and go as you please?
Hello?
It's even more painful when you take risks for my sake.
Is that so? And hold me, Caleb. Use your right hand.
You're the only one who can ease my pain.
This poor boy.
After the explosion, I spent a long time recovering in a hospital. At the time, this arm could still feel another's touch. He could still feel warmth, the cold, anything and everything. But after the modifications, all that vanished. Only extreme pain could be felt.
Those heavy weight presses down on my shoulder, but I'd prefer it if he kept leaning on me. Is that why you asked me to pinch you harder?
It was the only way this arm could feel you. Even if it's pain. As long as it's from you. I want it.
But I don't want to hurt you. I wrap my arm around Caleb's back and welcome his embrace. I press my forehead against his trembling shoulder. I also don't want you to be numb to my presence.
In that case, you can't call it hurt.
You always find a way to sway my mind.
If you didn't want to be swayed, nothing I said would have worked. Right?
A long silence passes as I rest my head on his shoulder. I take his right hand. Did you know those who hurt others often feel pain themselves? I tighten my grip on his hand as if trying to become one with him. If this is the only way, then I wish... The pressure... words. The pressure causes our fingers to redden, the pain rippling like waves throughout our nerves. Caleb, I wish I could always be the one to give you this kind of pain. Woof! Oh, that's not all I got, by the way. It's not... I still have to get his last two if I... Well, this is a 4-star. I have to get this one. But that's also not all I got. had to.
Okay.
I've almost
be on
got him
top
to
now.
affinity 40.
No hitting? Oh, I get it. You're older now, so the game's different.
He looks so damn good in this
But
hat.
I'll always play with you.
I'm down
Always.
bad. I'm down very bad. It's fine. It's fine. Also, I'm really mad because Silas broke my pity yesterday. When I was trying to pull for Caleb. Caleb came home today, a few hours ago. And, like, it's just, Silas is like, oh yeah, so you're pulling for Caleb? Hey, baby girl, just a friendly reminder here. You have me at 100% completion, and you're over here pulling for this other man. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna break your pity, and I'm gonna max rank night plumes for you. There you go. I'm mad, but I'm not mad. This is my favorite Silas memory, so I guess it's fine.